those of you who missed us, we've got once again the raging Cajun Salvador Garcia. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro? These intros are just I can't even compete. I feel like,
I need one. Give me something. Give me something good.
bro, I can't even think of anything.
You're saying this was like a 10-second knockout?
Yeah, man,
This was
you
this
almost
was
have to
like that
introduce yourself with how
this
good
was
that
like that
was.
Magomedov fight from the other night.
Jesus Christ.
The
That
one you
was
were Yeah, I think you pretty much told me that who was he fighting? See,
Dustin Stoltzfus.
yeah, you were telling me that he was gonna do one of those smash things that he does.
Whoa. I said he's done those smash things.
Right,
And I
right.
like him.
Yeah.
I didn't go that far.
Do you still like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what? Because he got destroyed. I'm like, you suck, bro. I hate you.
Yeah.
Like turn on him.
On to the next one.
Yeah, bro. I'll find another guy who slams people.
Yeah. Like Jalen. What's Almeida, who's fighting this weekend?
Oh, Jailton.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jailton, and I was like, that doesn't
Jailton.
sound right in my head. I'm like Jailton Almeida.
That dude cannot
he's gonna be
find a weight
slamming.
class.
They're fighting at a 220 catch weight.
I know. It's like he was technically a 205er, and he's like fighting a heavyweight, and now he's fighting a catch weight.
You know what's really weird about that? He's like a minus 700 favorite or something crazy against this dude who's like, the guy he's fighting is 8-0, but he's like a plus 500, and they just expect him because it's like one of those short notice fights. They just expect him to just go out there and just get mauled. But
oh wow, he's fighting Shamil Abdurakhimov.
He's 8-0, isn't
notice?
he? Are you looking at the right thing?
I'm looking at the UFC website, man.
Dude, UFC is so they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know what
they don't even know their own matches.
They don't even know the fights that are happening. I think that was his last opponent. Is that who he's still fighting? Dude, you gotta look up the real sites. You gotta get on Tapology.
I gotta get down. I gotta figure out. You
gotta get on DraftKings and Tapology and MyBookie and Bovado.
According to Sportskeeda, he's fighting Shamil Abdurakhimov.
Is that guy 8-0?
No, he's number 14 in the world though, a heavyweight.
What?
Yeah, I do know who you're talking about. It was a Contender Series guy.
So that fight's not happening. So I'm wrong.
Maybe it is happening and they haven't updated because I did see that was announced. Maybe they haven't. Saw it on Instagram somewhere. Let's see.
We could just chalk this up to we know too much. We know.
I know, right?
We know more than what the UFC is even putting out to us.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Or maybe the UFC is just slacking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I found it. So 3 days ago, Shamil is out. He will be facing Anton Turkalj.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, dude, this is why I'm doing my research.
Look at this.
I know. Yeah.
You want to see the odds on that one?
That guy's 8-0, who he's fighting, but it's short notice. But how are you going to make anything at 220 something that is that ridiculous? This is like another like Chase Sherman thing.
Probably they see he's a guy debuting and they know that Jailton's pretty good.
Debuting though, it's not like he works like he doesn't like he's a fighter. He's not like some guy who's just selling ice cream.
Yeah, but the bettors are like, I don't think they're really looking that far. They're like they see debut and they see this guy had some hype. So
hey man, all I know is
700. Jesus Christ.
All I know is Ty almost got that win.
Right? I mean,
you can't say he didn't.
He was so close. That was an awesome fight.
Dude, it was
crazy. Because it was going how I was expecting it to go. He was kind of piecing him up and just like it was inevitable that he was going to finish him. And then boom.
It was so exciting.
He's on the floor.
When that boom happened, I was on my feet.
Oh,
I did sprinkle some money on Ty like right before that fight started.
You did what?
I put some money on Ty.
Oh.
I bet on him. And I was just like, all right, this is totally going to happen. He's going to get him by knockout. It's going to be the most exciting ending of this wonderful card. And I just couldn't see myself putting money on Ciryl Gane as like a -600, and I didn't think he would knock him out either. So that would have
Really?
been a good bet. You thought he would knock him out?
I thought he could have like TKO'd him. I was not like a flatline. Like what happened? Like
Yeah.
to like a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
and he breaks him down at some point.
Well, he broke his body, that's for sure.
Jesus, he threw I don't know how many teep kicks to the body in a row.
It was
And
like
Ty was
30.
just taking him.
Yeah, it was like 30 something significant strikes to the body in
Ugh.
like 8 seconds.
There was a few times too you could see Ty's face. He was close. He was close, but that dude is made out of I don't know what he's made out of. He was just eating them.
Can we just get Jon Jones in the ring with Ciryl Gane like now?
Oof. Who you got on that?
I have Jon Jones on that.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
You think
I do.
wrestling, maybe?
I think until Jon Jones goes out there and loses, I'm gonna say Jon Jones is gonna win.
You're scared to doubt him. Is like not even. Let me not just.
I mean,
learned with
yeah,
DC.
yeah. Unless you're Dominic Reyes, I'm picking Jon Jones.
Dominic Reyes or disqualification Anthony Smith. It's his biggest nightmare.
Or
Matt Hamill
or Santos.
Santos was good too.
That was
but happened to tear his both of his knees.
Yeah, he'll never be able to walk again. But damn, it was close.
Like, what are the odds that he just completely destroyed his knees, both of them?
What's crazy is they were talking like forever that Johnny Walker is like the guy to beat Jon Jones, and
I think he's fighting right this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm talking about him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm well researched.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his last few fights have been. It's like he's drunk off of Johnny Walker and not Johnny Walker.
Oh.
Yeah.
To be fair, he did step into Sweet Dreams Stadium.
Did you say "to be fair" until you just heard Michael Bisping say it a billion times, or is that what got you to start saying it?
I'm definitely not thinking that far. No, I'm not quoting Michael
Dude,
Bisping.
I cannot stand.
Maybe subconsciously.
Dude, you know how I feel. Like last week, I was talking about I forgot what British fighter. Oh, I said like Nathaniel Wood, and I just immediately went to Charles Jourdain because I don't pick British fighters.
What's your beef with British fighters?
Dude, I spent so much time in the UK and like I was touring there that at this point I know none of them can actually fight. I basically fought the entire UK for 7 months.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
all that Nando's, you're fighting the toilet.
Nando's, kebabs, Subways. I'm telling you, as an American,
they sell.
Yeah, as an American, Subway is the safest thing you could eat in the UK,
wow.
and they know it too. Because I mean, I think Molly McCann used to work at a Subway, so
I heard that. I just found that out that's why she's called Meatballs because she worked at Subway.
Have you had a meatball sub from Subway?
I have, and
they're really good.
Regretted it the next day.
What?
For sure.
You don't like it?
I'm not a Subway guy. I'm not a big fan of Subway.
What sandwich shop do you like? What's your go-to?
Jimmy John's, man.
Really? Over Subway?
Oh yeah, any day. I love Jimmy John's. They just don't have anywhere I'm at.
What about a pub sub from Publix?
Undefeated. Undisputed.
There you go.
Number one pound for pound.
Dude, before we get into like actually talking about fights and things that are important, you want to hear something crazy about Publix?
Go for it.
So Emily and I are talking. Shout out to Emily. Today is her birthday.
Shout out to Emily. Happy birthday.
Yes. So Emily and I are getting our beautiful wedding cake that is coming up in the next 2 months, even less than 2 months. We're getting our wedding cake from Publix because
really?
Why spend? They do wedding cakes, and why spend $500 on a wedding cake when you can go to Publix and get who doesn't like a Publix cake? First of all, everybody likes Publix cake.
Debbie Downers.
Yeah, and we hate Debbie's.
Yeah,
and so go to Publix, get their wedding cake, and so we went to their bakery the other day to like talk about like flavors you can do, and they're like, yeah, just let us know like 3 that you want to sample, and then pick them up in 24 hours. So this was on Friday, and Saturday we were like, okay, so we picked our 3 flavors on Friday, went there on Saturday to pick up our sample cakes. No joke, they gave us 3 boxes, like 7-inch cakes of different flavored
Wow.
cakes for free. You don't have to pay for these samples. And I'm telling you, like the wedding cake from Publix is going to be very reasonably priced compared to
Look at
like
that.
any kind of like, fine bakery that you would go and just get something that tastes worse. And so, so we get 3 sample cakes for her birthday weekend, but we're like, oh, these are for our wedding. So we're doing some research ourselves. And then they're like, oh yeah, if you don't like those and want to try some others, just come back.
Oh
So
no.
she went back today and got another 3 samples. I'm talking,
Wow.
dude, we have 6 boxes of like these cakes would make up like 2 birthday cakes, like 2 massive,
Wow.
like feed like 14 people birthday cakes. And they're just sitting in my fridge now, and we're gonna eat all of them, of course.
Of
But
course.
free cake. And this just it leads me to, if you ever have a birthday to celebrate, just go to Publix and tell them that you have a wedding coming up and you need to sample some cakes.
Life hack.
Life hack. And
And
then
then
if
you
you
just
really,
never go back.
yeah, life hack that you'll never go back. And if
Yeah.
you really want to turn this endeavor into a business, go to all the Publixes in town, put the cakes in a different box and start a food truck.
Just scamming Publix
Just
out of free cakes.
yeah.
Wow.
That's my $100 idea for the day.
That's perfect. I
Yeah.
think we should do it. There's nothing wrong with that idea whatsoever.
I'm glad you see it my way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Publix around Florida. We could
True.
really do some work. We could ship them. I'm telling you.
Only thing that gets tricky is putting all those cakes together. They're gonna be kind of confused that they all look like different cakes kind of squished together.
What do you mean?
Is it not different cakes? Right?
Dude, they're all in separate individual boxes though.
Oh, that's you. I thought you were like talking about combining all of them into
No.
big cakes.
These are like almost, I would say, like individual size cakes. Like
Hmm.
you could get like 5-6 slices out of each of these. It's crazy.
So like a
And
personal cake.
yeah, it's like going and getting like a personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut
Right.
at,
Not
at a
bad.
Solar Bears game,
But
because
it's
that's
just
the only where
Publix
you. Yeah.
wedding cake.
Is Pizza Hut pizza even really pizza though?
I don't like Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. My family's a fan, and even they're not that. We last time we ordered, it came like undercooked. It's kind of gross. So
It's
not
definitely
big on
like
the Hut.
yeah.
A lot of people outdo the Hut. I think this.
I had it like about 3 months ago because they were advertising that they have Detroit style pizza, and that's what that place that I've told you about, Jets. It's all
Right.
Detroit style pizza. So I was like, oh, we gotta try Pizza Hut because we'll be able to get large Detroit style pizzas for $5 instead of
Right.
20. And it's definitely in the ballpark. But ballparks are pretty big, so very close.
There's a lot of space to play in there.
There's home plate, there's
Yeah,
in the outfield, it's a big ballpark.
Man,
But
Pizza Hut.
how's your weekend been? Have you recovered from Paris?
I'm glad that it was early for one. That was
Do you like
nice.
early cards?
I love early cards.
Yes.
Just because if it's a bad, because obviously if it's a good card, you're up and you're into it. But if it's a bad card and it's 12 and you got 2 more fights to the co-main, you're like,
Yeah, if
this is gonna suck.
Kamaro's about to take Leon to decision,
Yeah,
you're just turning
exactly.
the lights off. I get it.
Going to bed.
I get it.
And
But,
then you can enjoy the rest of your day too. Like, card ended at like 6 and you can still hang out. And
what did you do after that? Honestly.
Nothing. I'm just saying, if you had something else to do, it doesn't kill your whole day.
You could go to the movies.
Yeah, you could, but
no, I never do anything after an early card. And Emily's always like, I don't like early cards because it like kind of wastes the entire day. Like, because you're just like, it could be a beautiful day outside and you're just sitting in front of a TV on your couch. Like, it's never
hell
like
yeah.
that's you're like, what's wrong with her?
What else? You want me to go interact with people?
No, but I swear that is like the only time you'll ever find me on a couch for that long with a TV on and not like completely losing my mind. And even like I will, like I get so fidgety at times, even during the UFC cards. Like, I'm like, there's nothing I would rather be doing. Like, I look forward to the cards all week,
Mhm.
but I definitely get just anxious just sitting there all day,
Yeah.
especially when it's during the day versus like, oh, I've like done stuff in the studio. Like I still like did like a live stream, like a musical live stream, like early. Like I woke up at 10. I did something like that, or not. I didn't wake up at 10. Dude, I have not slept till 10 a.m. Since I was probably your age, Sal.
Man.
What
Yeah,
time
it's
you?
hard to sleep
Yeah, what time do you wake up?
during the week.
Or like if you're gonna like actually sleep in, like if you're like I have nothing to do tomorrow, can you sleep till 10 a.m.?
Today was that I have nothing to do tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep in.
Yeah.
I woke up at like 10. No, I woke up at 11,
Well, your
which is
eyes
rare.
opened. Your eyes
Which is
opened at
no, 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 no.
11,
My eyes open at 9:40. I was up, but
but you just
I
rolled
like
around.
yeah, I got a little bit of sleep in.
Dude, I'm very strange. Do you need a snooze?
I need to snooze. Yeah.
You hit that like snooze like 5 times
No,
like
no.
on your alarm.
Maybe like I'll set one, and I'm sure it doesn't really do anything. It's just like a placebo thing.
Yeah.
But I'll set one 5 minutes before mine's actually supposed to go off, so I get like that extra 5 minutes of sleep, and then you get up.
I have this interesting thing in my head that it's like if I stay in bed for more than like 8 seconds after my eyes open, I might not get up for a week.
For a week. Yeah, no. Once I'm up, I'm up. It's hard to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I jump out of bed at 4:30 and run 6 miles every single day, Sal.
Nice, like real David Goggins
Yeah. I'm like
mentality.
Jocko Goggins.
Oh snap!
But yeah, dude, every single French fighter won. I don't know if you
Yeah, right. 5-0, I think, or
yeah, I
six
made
and
a
zero.
sweet parlay with all the French fighters and put like
Nice,
$8,000 on it. No,
nice.
I wish I was that smart. Like I like literally it's always after the card that I'm like, "Huh, that would have been nice." And like it's so
If I
funny
would have
because
done that, that would have
they're
been great.
always like such obvious moves too. Like you go to like the London card and it's like the first London card, it's like, "Oh, right. These were meant to be all, wins for the British fighters."
Yeah,
And like but,
I mean that energy really does wonders. Like the first guy that came out, Benoit, he fired up the crowd. Or
that guy's
Benoit, I
awesome.
don't know how you say it because I heard
You're
them saying
No, it's
Benoit.
Benoit. It's Benoit. It's
Really, I
Benoit.
didn't hear a single person say Benoit the whole
Uh,
card.
you need to clean your
Maybe he
ears
says
out.
Benoit.
No, they all said Benoit.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Or maybe they kept saying Saint Denis too. I heard that more.
Dude, they said Benoit. They're still saying Benoit. Like, even the people cleaning up the arena right now are just like, "Did you see Benoit fight?"
Benoit.
That's
They're going crazy.
yeah. There's just like one guy still sitting in the stands. He's like, "Oh,
That one guy.
Benoit."
There was one guy running around with a flag the whole time, like, losing his mind.
Really?
Yeah, there was a good crowd. They
Dude,
they went pretty crazy.
they could have packed a stadium. It sounded like a football match
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
that
Like,
sounded awesome. And I think I forgot who it was. I think it was the main event where they started singing the national anthem.
yeah.
That was cool.
It was really cool. Like I don't know, there's a different energy over in Europe and there's a different energy everywhere that is in America that's just better because we think we're awesome
Yeah.
and we can't let loose the way we're meant to as
Nah.
humans.
And these guys have been deprived of this for years. Like they
Yeah, and
finally get an event, and so it's
yeah, it
like
was
that
like
first. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it was like more than just, oh, we're here for fights. It was for like for freedom, for being
Yeah.
able to like actually legalize something that we shouldn't ever be able to tell people they shouldn't or they can't do. Like
Right.
laws? Who needs those?
They're just punching people. They're so excited. They're just committing assault.
Yeah.
Man. So, Bobby Knuckles.
Man, I really had it for Vittori the whole fight.
Bro, he was eating those shots, man. Nobody does it like him.
He was confident, like really confident. I know he always is, but
Yeah.
he just Do you see Robert Whittaker getting the next title shot?
I think obviously it depends on what happens with Pereira and Adesanya. The way based on my predictions that I see it going is I think Pereira beats Adesanya. All right, bold.
I like it.
I think they rematch because you have to give Izzy a rematch.
Uh-huh.
And I think he beats him again.
Yeah.
And then Whittaker fights for a title. And then I think in between that time, but no, that's a weird timeline too. I don't know. It's tricky with Rob. It's tricky. But he seems.
Are you at a daycare right now?
No, my neighbors. I have a window right here in my room. Yeah.
You're just talking about fights in a daycare right now. How professional.
Yeah, dude. Come on, get it together, bro. But yeah, I don't know what you do with Whittaker. Maybe put him with Costa.
Mm-hmm.
But
no,
I would want to see
you
that.
Can't do that.
Why can't you do that?
Because that wasn't really a good fight.
What?
Costa versus.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but like, was it technical? Was it?
No,
anything?
But when is he? When is he technical?
But there's other people that Costa should fight before Whittaker.
Let's take a look at that top five.
I mean, I could just throw people out right now because I'm so researched. I know my stuff here. Give him Brunson.
Nah, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Derek Brunson in public. Come on now. Come on.
What do you? Okay.
We all know what would happen, bro.
Brunson would probably wrestle him and win.
With Costa?
Yeah.
No. I think he knocks him out, same as Jared did.
I need to see Costa get a knockout that hasn't. I mean, when was his last knockout?
Uriah Hall.
Okay.
Not many people are knocking out Uriah Hall. I mean,
how long ago did that happen? Like 4 years?
Yeah, but 4 years, but you can't count, that COVID year. And he got a title shot that year.
Yeah, but like, look what Sean Strickland did to Uriah Hall. Sean Strickland doesn't even knock people out, and he almost knocked him out.
I don't remember him almost knocking him out. I'm pretty sure that was like the worst fight I've ever watched. It was horrible. It was Sean with his high guard like the whole time, just jabbing Uriah.
Uriah did not want to be in there. He was like, "Let me just get knocked out."
I like Uriah. I'm glad he's out and doesn't get hurt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking some beatings towards the end.
Is he done?
Yeah, he retired.
Uriah Hall?
Yeah, like maybe a month ago. He's even out of the rankings.
Well, we knew that, but I didn't know he retired. He didn't do it in the octagon or anything.
No, it was after the fact. He I think it was on Instagram. He put out a message. But yeah,
that really didn't hit a lot of people.
I thought it was pretty big. I saw actually got like there were some people arguing with me because I put like respect to Uriah, you're a legend, and they were like, he's not a legend. What has he done before? He's never done anything in his career. I was like, whoa.
I agree. I agree with those people.
Really?
I would have loved to
have
have
done
been
anything.
No. I don't agree with them.
I think he's a legend.
A legend?
Yes.
Legend.
He was first guy to come into the UFC and start doing spinning back kicks and actually flatlining people. He flying kneed Gegard Mousasi and threw him across the freaking cage. He beat Anderson Silva. He knocked out Anderson Silva.
Wait, like in Anderson's last fight?
Yeah, but the fight before that, Anderson was competitively fighting without Adesanya. It's like, no one was just knocking out Anderson. I think that's a pretty good career.
All right, this leads me to my next question, though. How many, like, because of what you just said, you have to have like 100 people you could rattle off that are also legends. Like, I think legend is like saved for like 10 people at any like in any profession. There can't be more than 10 legends. And
there can, because the legend, it doesn't have to fit into like, oh, they were a champ or something. There could have been something that they were known for that was legendary. I wouldn't put Cowboy Cerrone top 10, but he's legendary. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So it's same with like, you wouldn't say Dustin Poirier has had a legendary career, but then again, like I wouldn't rank him over, Mighty Mouse or something, but he's still a legend.
But you put okay, so you're putting Uriah Hall in the same category as Poirier and like Gaethje as legends.
Well, no, because they've done more.
Way more.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he is also a legend in his own right for what he did.
Do you like him? Like, do
I
you
love
like?
Uriah Hall. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought he had a little run where he was like 3 fights in a row, and then he had the Anderson thing. I thought he was gonna make a title run. I think he is that good. He just never. I think it was all mental that kind of held him back.
yeah. I actually do remember like what you're feeling because I felt like he had that run too.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
different energy around that run that he
yeah.
hadn't had before. It was meaner.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a dangerous division, so ran into a
Yeah.
couple killers. Son Strickland point fought him, and he retired.
All right. So if it's not Brunson,
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking at this,
uh-huh.
Jared Cannonier. You might be able to do that one. I don't know if Costa's gonna be ready though that quick though. Maybe you book that later next year.
You can't go from losing to Marvin Vettori at like 290 pounds and then fighting Luke and then fighting Cannonier who just lost to Izzy.
I mean, I don't think Cannonier cares. He was gonna fight Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland just got knocked out by someone unranked.
But okay, wait, that guy's fighting for a title.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're talking technically like that, and also Paulo Costa's higher ranked than Sean Strickland, that's technically a better match for Jared.
The only people that make these rankings are people like you in the media.
I don't get the vote, bro. I'm not there yet. Don't blame me for these rankings. I would have Costa. I think
you would rank Costa number 1 right now, is what it
number
sounds.
1. No, because he hasn't beat number 1. But I'm saying I wouldn't put him below Strickland or Hermanson or Till.
Dude, Hermanson.
He's in a good place.
Hermanson.
That might be nice.
That's a cool fight. Hey, Hermanson really fought a good fight against.
I know Curtis. That was I thought Chris Curtis was gonna win.
That was
Jack surprised me. He looked really good.
He had such a plan, and
I
was like, man, I didn't think Chris was gonna lose for a long time.
He straight up frustrated him. Like he made Chris angry because he just couldn't get anything off.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't even grappling. He fought in his world and won pretty soundly.
Chris Curtis against Phil Haas was such a great moment.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's what made me a fan. I was like, Jesus, this guy is tough.
Yeah, he's really cool too. Like I love his interviews.
Yeah, right. He kind of redeemed himself from getting mad at the end there. Everyone just accepted that he's still a cool guy.
That last fight or the one right before Jack Hermanson against Rodolfo
Villeda.
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, his takedown defense
stopped everything.
Was good.
I don't think he got a single takedown. I'm pretty sure.
No,
it was like over 20 or something crazy.
Yeah,
and that guy's good.
People have been really hard on this card coming up, the Nate Diaz card. But I was going through the whole thing, and I was like, this is a pretty decent card.
They filled it out very nicely.
But I think even if you took away Kevin Holland and D-Rod and took away Ferguson, like I think it was still a good card.
Yeah, even pretty deep, it's a good card.
Lot of women fights on the card though.
Oh, that's true.
There's like 3. That's 6 of them.
They're taking over. But yeah, there's
taking our fights.
It's a good card. Do you want to go over this card?
Yeah, I mean, are we done talking about Paris? Or are we just going to be like, hey, that was great, good times, good energy?
We didn't talk about Nathaniel Wood dismantling Charles Jourdain.
Because I really don't want to. Like, I can.
Beautiful performance.
Yeah, he's really good.
He looked like he was playing in there. And with Charles Jourdain, that's not, Dude, it's not easy to look clean in a fight with Charles Jourdain.
His post-fight speech talking about anxiety, and then your dad just immediately texts us, anxiety? I was laughing so hard.
Common there, bro. I think it might be like a first round kind of thing. Because he started a little slow. But by that third round, bro, he He was literally throwing him around.
I think there's a language barrier. He doesn't know what the word
Yeah.
anxiety means.
Anxiety in the UK means extremely confident. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell that was.
anxiety means good to go for 25 minutes
Yeah.
if I have to.
Give me 3 other
Yeah,
rounds.
yeah.
He's
Give me
got the
the rest
Nate
of the
Diaz
card.
anxiety. Just
No,
non-existent.
the trips. I heard the trips were just insane.
Man, he was. Yeah, it wasn't even like he wasn't searching for it. They just every time they was there, he boop,
Yeah,
just pop one off,
he was
and it's very effective. He got him down a bunch of times,
right.
and that's tiring to get kicked down and keep getting back up, and then he's not wasting energy going for blast doubles. You know, he's just tripping them and playing his game. But that was a great fight from Nathaniel.
I definitely didn't have a very good betting night. I literally was just like sitting out. I was like not even making bets. I had like one parlay made and I was just like, you know what? Just play it easy. Like, I don't know. The UFC is such a hard thing to bet on. I mean, you got two people just fighting.
Yeah.
It's so hit or miss. Like you could be like, "Oh, he's a heavy favorite." And then next thing you know, he's knocked out. And so I was just like playing it easy and then finally it just like they're talking about these two knockout artists who are about to fight. I think it was the dude from Poland against that French guy.
Oh yeah, Faris Siam.
Yes.
Or Faris?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they have like all these knockouts and submissions and all this. And I'm just like, I just grabbed my phone and immediately put a bet on like it going like under 2.5 rounds. And next thing you know, 15 minutes later, it's going to the judges.
And this other guy got kind of this Faris looked great.
For sure.
He was taking him down and
yeah.
I forgot how young he is.
Yeah. And then the
He's
next
only
fight, there was
25.
the next fight, there was a knockout in like the first round. And I was like, I meant to put it on that fight. I'm like on the phone with my bookie. I'm like, I didn't click. I clicked on the next fight. It's your website. It's down.
You didn't put anything on Magomedov?
No.
Man, you should have. He killed him in a round. I thought you were high on Magomedov.
Yeah, but dude, just because I'm high on somebody doesn't mean I trust them with my hard-earned money.
But you trusted McCall Figlak?
You know what? I think it was the fight right after Magomedov too, and I was just like, "Oh, right," because I knew that was going to happen. This will also happen.
Nice.
And yeah, the thing is, it's always a missed opportunity.
Okay, let's make a little callback here. You said,
what did I say?
That Joaquin Buckley 100% was going to knock out Imavov.
Well, I believe what I said was he's a real fighter, and
now we're changing it.
And Imavov he's a tank, and I always go for that grit, that underdog energy. Yeah, I like people who like to throw down.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean
he was throwing at something. he was kind of whiffing on everything.
I hope at one point in your career you have to interview Joaquin Buckley, and I like just hijack that moment, and I'm like, this dude Sal has talked so much shit on you, and I just immediately play him like, yeah, he was throwing at something.
I'll be the next Ariel Helwani. Just I hate all the fighters and I instigate.
Yeah.
Be like, bro, I'm clearly not a fan of you.
You need to love all of them. It's for me to speak the truth.
Right. I have to have neutral ground.
You do. You're like,
but no, I do gotta say he did a lot better than I thought he would. Nasruddin for the first 2 rounds was kind of doing whatever he wanted, but then the 3rd round he turned it up.
Yeah, he really and it was so funny because he like actually talked about Leon Edwards in his interview before the fight, and he almost had that Leon moment. I mean, I'm not saying he like did, but
I don't think it was that close to putting him out. I think Nasruddin looked pretty tired.
Yeah,
but he was still evading a lot and like I don't know. But overall, very good card, top to bottom.
What if you had to pick one negative of the card? What would it be?
They built up this dude that trains with Ciryl Gomez.
Yes.
And it wasn't too impressive. It was the first.
He did win.
First round was he won.
Yeah.
But they definitely built him up to be. They were like, oh, this is featherweight Ciryl Gane,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it was.
I
But
think that,
he
I
looked
feel like
pretty
that,
good.
dude, that was the fight that I bet on the under 2.5. Actually,
Yeah, that went all 5 or all
yeah,
3.
yeah, no, that was the one I lost on. Yeah, I don't like that guy either. You're right.
Screw that guy. He's ruining my life. But yeah, I mean, he
He
looks.
pickpocketed me.
Yeah.
My negative is always the same.
What?
John Gooden.
Oh. Yeah. I don't understand why they couldn't get like why they couldn't
And
get Anik.
dude, they could have gotten just anybody from the street and it would have been better. And all I'm saying is there was one point where he was just talking and it was just like, oh, extraordinary, blah. Like he was just literally stringing words together that had nothing, like just like picking like 9 big words, and
Wow.
it's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Don't be
Wow.
neutral on John Gooden. Come on,
I
think
have
about
to, bro. I have to. And you also have some kind of beef with people from the UK.
right,
So,
right. This is why it's justified.
yeah.
This is why I can get away with it because I'm
You're coming from a
consistent.
different.
No, I'm just consistent across the board. It's not just him.
So you don't like Michael Bisping? The Count?
Um,
Come on. Former middleweight champion of the world.
can I tell you when I liked Michael Bisping
When?
versus just saying no because that would
Sure.
be the easy thing to do. I liked Bisping when he was with Luis J. Gomez.
Okay. But believe you me?
Yeah, I love the Legion of Skanks. I love Lewis. Yeah.
Have you seen him slapboxing Jeremiah Watkins? It's hilarious.
No. Who's
It's
Jeremiah?
hilarious.
Oh,
He's like a
yes.
he plays saxophone and stuff.
He's the one who does like Kill Tony's, right?
Yeah, he was on.
Yeah.
He used to be on part of the band.
Yeah, he was part of the
Yeah.
band. Dude, that band was so funny. I can't believe they don't have the band anymore. That's like kind of what has killed Tony.
Wow. It's killed Tony. That's true. The band is kind of lame. I like the blind guy's pretty funny.
Yeah.
D Madness, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
All blind guys are funny.
It's built in.
It's just in our nature. But no, I loved the band in LA when they would come out as the Chili Peppers or come out as that was so
they were
funny.
Even like the drummer was funny too. He talked and stuff. They were more involved in the act.
Yeah, no, I like Bisping. I'm cool with Bisping. He's fine.
It's hard to not like Bisping.
Do you know who's not cool with Bisping? DC and Bisping is the fight to make.
Yeah,
that's the fight to make.
Heavyweight. That's super heavyweight. Damn, he would kill.
Their energy it clashes.
Yeah, they haven't been on a card in a little bit either since that one.
That was like 2 cards ago. That was like 2 cards ago.
Yeah. I do like Bisping on the Contender Series. I think that was a good pick.
I really used to dislike Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz when he would do commentary, and lately I really do enjoy it. Like I know he hasn't done it in a while, but
right.
But I used to be like, oh man, it's Dom doing commentary again, and the past times that he's been doing it, I'm just like, oh cool, he actually gives you more insight than most other people who are calling fights, like of what's going on. Yeah,
it's like the opposite for me. I used to really like Dom on commentary, and more recently I haven't liked Dom on commentary.
If I hear Paul Felder say liver one more time,
I love Paul Felder. He's the best. Every time anything's happened, he's like, "There's an elbow right there. There's an elbow. He can elbow." I'm like, "Yeah, elbow."
He talks about liver shots.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, got him in the liver. Got him in the liver."
They're like, the fight's not even started. He's like, "If you look, there's an elbow ready right there." He's the best, man.
He's like, yeah, if you're in sparring, I'd rather be knocked out than kicked in the liver.
He's like, he's got him in a rear naked choke. If he just passes to mount, he can land some elbows and this fight can be over.
the fight's over, like the whole card's over, and he's like, "Who wants to go out for some liver on me?"
Liver. Is he from Boston?
No,
Where is he even
He's-
from?
I think Philadelphia is where he
Uh,
seems like a Philly boy.
he's Philly.
See,
Ah,
he's
you're smart. You're
trains
well
with
researched.
he trains with that Sean Brady and that Pat Sabatini.
Pat Sabatini. He's in
Yeah.
Bellator?
No,
Pat
that's Danny Sabatillo.
No, Pat Sabatini.
He's in UFC.
No way. Am I
What?
forgetting who this is?
What? Jeremiah Wells, Pat Sabatini, Sean Brady. The list goes on.
Pat
Paul
Sabatini always
Felder.
had a nice run.
Yeah, really good.
I don't know why I don't know Pat Sabatini.
Dude, this is why you need me.
He beat the Michelle Pereira killer, Tristan Connolly. The GOAT.
Yeah.
He's a featherweight fighting that monster of a human being.
All those guys are really good though.
Philly guys.
Yeah.
Do they train with Eddie, or he's because he's at one, he's out of there?
They train with cheesesteak.
Oh. With Cheese Whiz. The gross one.
They go to
can't see myself
gyms.
ever trying that, by the way.
A Philly cheesesteak with Cheese Whiz?
Yeah.
You don't seem like somebody who would say no to a Philly cheesesteak with Cheese Whiz.
With Cheese Whiz, yes, I would say no. Without Cheese Whiz, definitely I'm having it.
Are you not a cheesy guy or just the whiz?
I am. I just Cheese Whiz. I don't like Cheese Whiz. I think it's weird.
Yeah. I'm actually not a cheesy guy. So
no, not at all.
I like Italian cheese. I'm like
okay.
I'm pretty picky with cheese.
Well, some cheese on some meat sauce. You know, like a farm cheese.
Oh, of course. Like mozzarella, and parm. All day.
Or like a nice pan grilled cheese.
Never.
Really?
No way.
Wow, not even like you put some butter and you nice and crunchy.
No.
Damn.
No, and I get it. Like, but I mean, even like cheese. Like, I don't even eat cheeseburgers.
What? What? That's my favorite meal in the entire world.
I went through a massive bacon cheeseburger phase and burnt myself out because like I didn't even grow up ever eating cheeseburgers, but like when I was in LA, I was just like, oh, bacon cheeseburger. Oh, I'll have another. Oh, I'll have another.
From In-N-Out?
Everywhere. LA just has burgers, like good burgers everywhere.
Wow. That sounds like my dreamland.
Yeah, Keenan and Kel are there. They're just like serving up their burgers. It's just great.
That's a great movie. I love that movie.
It is such a good movie.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
Who's Kurt? Hi. I'm Kurt. I thought you said you were aware.
Or he's like, I'm a dude. You're a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
Carmen Electra. Woo.
That's a great movie.
Can you believe that's Carmen Electra in that movie? And she's just
Carmen Electra. Maybe I got to look it up.
Oh, look that up. What are you watching? That's the only reason to watch the movie.
What part of the movie is she in? I don't remember her.
She's the one who has to go and get his secret sauce.
What?
Yeah, because
I don't remember this at all, man.
She's the one who's sent to Good Burger by the Mondo Burger people to get the recipe for the secret sauce.
Okay, if she's crazy, she gets hurt and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, while they're playing putt-putt.
Mondo Burger. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. This is kind of embarrassing. I'm like almost 32 years old and I'm schooling you on Good Burger.
I haven't seen it in a while and I forgot that was a character.
Yeah. Dude, it's kind of funny. I mean, she's going into a burger joint. Like at one point, I think she's like rubbing like his chest, like over like he's working like at the cash register, and she's like, Ed, I need to know what's in your secret sauce. And I'm just like,
this is a Nickelodeon movie? Whoa.
Is this on YouPorn?
What's going on here?
Did I go to the right channel?
You can't stream this on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Good Burger is a fantastic movie.
Great movie. I grew up on that.
Yeah.
How about we start taking a look at this Chimaev card?
Chimaev.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago.
that's like the sequel. They're just gonna be like Chimaev.
Hamza Chimaev getting shouted out in a Ace Ventura movie. That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'll go ahead and pull it up here and everything. Real professional.
Yeah, maybe don't pull it up from that UFC website. You're not gonna know any of the fights that are actually happening.
I'm gonna pull it up on that UFC website, bro.
All right, I'll tell you what's right and what's wrong then.
All right, we got some Darian Weeks
No, that one got
versus
called.
Johan. Really?
No.
Oh, I was like, Jesus Christ, first fight and we're already. It's that bad. Yeah, Darian Weeks, Johan Lainez. I thought Darian Weeks was gonna be the Ian Gary killer, and I was very wrong.
What? Why don't you like him? Just because you find him annoying?
No, I just thought he was gonna beat him because I knew Darian was good.
So you think that he'll win this one?
I know Johan is good too.
He's strong.
Yeah,
He's got.
he's a contender. I think contender series guy.
We're all
I
contenders
might be
in
wrong.
this life.
Also, like half of the roster is contender series guys now, so it's hard to remember at this point. I think I think it'll be like that at one point as well.
Yeah, like at this point, it's just assume like everybody's from the contender
Yeah.
series.
I mean, it's inevitable the talent coming out of there at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Johan on this one. I'm going with Johan.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Weeks. Yeah.
Nice. I can see Weeks. This is a hard one. They're both good.
I'm going with a third round knockout for Weeks.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, week 3.
Third round.
Yeah. You can even write that down just to look back and be like, how did he know?
You could call him Mystic Mac because he predicts these things. Melissa Martinez versus Elise Reed. I'm gonna go. Wow, there's not even any specs on this lady. Look you up, Melissa.
Melissa hasn't fought in a little while. Elise Reed's not that good, so
slandering her like that. Melissa Martinez is 7-0 out of Mexico.
Elise Reed's got beat by Sam Hughes.
Sam Hughes. Man, how do you remember these fights?
Dude, this is my job.
Sam Hughes.
What else is there in life?
You know what it is? There was a period.
Have you ever seen Rain Man?
No, I haven't seen Rain Man.
I'm the Rain Man.
I started watching it.
I'm the Rain Man of MMA.
You remember everything.
Everything.
There was a period where I wasn't watching the prelims on Apex cards. And I think that's why I don't know that like whole maybe January to August of 2021. Or 2020. Oh, no, this is 2022.
This is when you and the family would go out for a nice dinner during the prelims.
Yeah, or just not watch the prelims. Because couple cards were sucking and we're like, this is starting to. Now I watch everything, but there's a period there.
Where you guys would have a car wash instead of watching the prelims?
Yeah. I actually did have to watch the car a couple times.
Really?
You're not wrong. But yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go Melissa on that one.
Why not? I'll go with Melissa as well. Yeah.
Okay, I like this fight. Chad and Helliger.
Yes, this is a good fight.
Oof. I'm not gonna try.
No.
I think you know who the other guy is.
Keep going. I don't know who he is. Keep going.
Alatengeli.
Yeah.
Can lie.
I'm going with that guy.
Guarantee you I butchered it.
Who cares? We're going with him.
Really?
Who are you going with?
Chad. I like Chad.
All right, I'm going with
I know
the
he's
other
a little,
guy.
but I think he looked pretty good his last fight.
I'm gonna go with that. With the other guy, and when that guy wins, I'm just gonna send you a clip of Walter White from Breaking Bad, just going, "Say my name."
But the other guy is 15-8.
What's wrong with that?
8 losses. That's a lot of losses.
You got to try to lose.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's one way to look at it.
I mean, 15 wins is a good amount of wins.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I'm going Chad, man. I'm sticking by my boy.
I like that guy's last name.
Ann Helliger.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Norma
Like
Dumont.
that could almost be his entire name, Ann Helliger.
Ann Helliger. It does sound kind of mean.
Yeah.
Norma Dumont, rare featherweight fight again. That's 2 cards in a row, women's featherweight.
Mm-hmm.
And someone named Danielle Wolf with 1 professional fight. Is this happening?
This is happening.
What?
It is.
Oh, she's a boxer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Who are you going to pick on this one?
She's 38.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Norma Dumont. History says you get a boxer. I don't know. Granted, I don't know how long she's been doing MMA. But I know Norma is a tank. Yeah, I'm going Norma Dumont.
Nice.
Who you got?
I'm going with the wolf.
Bold.
I'm going with the wolf. And yeah, I know that was probably
all the money on that.
Yeah, why not? Honestly,
I mean, I can't see the line now, but I'm sure it's pretty steep.
So I do follow this pretty hard. Dog or pass with women's fights?
What do you mean?
Pick the underdog or don't pick anyone.
Oh, really?
If you're going to bet.
Right.
Because I can't tell you how many times I've been like, I'm not going to bet on this person, and then the underdog wins. And then there's like a lot of ones that I've won so much money back, like from like dumb bets that I've made, just like being like, all right, I don't know who any of these women are, and I'll just put like a good amount of money on the underdog, and then they'll just be going to decision, and then the underdog wins.
I mean, who really bets on the favorite though? Do you even get that much money back?
But that's how good bettors bet, is on favorites. Yeah, like people who actually don't end up losing their money like time and time again, like smart bettors, I would say most of the time just know, like even if you're putting like a lot of money on a heavy favorite, it's good to do that and then to make your percentages back. Like let's say you put $100 on a minus 200, you're still going to make $50. So
if you smaller
yes.
rewards, but it's less risk.
Yeah, but it's just more consistent overall. Like over the course, but like I'm the worst. I'm coming from the trenches. I'm a dog better. Like I'm always the kind of person who's pulling for the underdog, like in life. And so it's, how am I not going to do that when they're throwing punches and throwing up submissions?
So you must love this main event.
This main event?
I mean, this is probably the biggest underdog.
Aren't they even odds?
Yeah, dude. Chimaev's a heavy underdog. Yeah, I mean,
see,
this is like your dream match technically.
My dream parlay is Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, and D-Rod. That's my dream parlay right there.
Oh, you're picking D-Rod.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to jump ahead? But yes, I'm picking D-Rod.
Oh, that's true. We did jump ahead a little.
But yeah,
you mentioned underdog, and it's a pretty big underdog card.
That if that 3-leg parlay hit, and somebody if like Drake put Drake kind of money on those, he would turn like $200,000 into like $8 million.
I know, right? Chimaev or Diaz is a plus 750 underdog.
Yeah, if you put that with like two other like plus 200s and plus 300, like a plus 300 and a plus 200, it would literally turn it into like a plus like probably like a plus like 15,000 or something crazy.
Damn.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
$1 would win you 150, just to put that in perspective.
I might need to put $1 on it. Can you even do just $1?
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, the amount of times that and honestly, I view this as like a safety blanket to not like lose a lot of money is like I'll just make like 10 leg parlay like bets like and each one will just be like $1. So by the end of the night, like I just lost like $10 and I had like the chance of making like a few hundred if they hit.
Right.
But that saves me from like being like, "Oh, I'm going to throw 25 on this, going to throw 20 on like cuz
Just wasting your savings.
that's when we get dicey."
Yeah. Slowly throwing everything away for these
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah,
These
next thing you
darn
know,
fights.
I'm just going down the street being like, "Can I take your trash out?"
Selling like soda cans.
I was at
Chad and Helliger, man.
dude, this was actually really cool. Yesterday I was out with Emily and her family. Her family's got like an RV that they take to like up in Claremont. There's this sweet like RV park where there's like a pool and it's right on a lake and stuff. And
Mm.
there was a bunch of other RVs there. And this kid came right up to the door and he like knocks. He's got like long blonde hair and he was literally coming to collect trash. And he was like just this. He was just like this little rocker kid on his bike, and he was just going from like RV to RV, just asking if he could take people's trash to the dump and like for money. Like he was just like a little like entrepreneur. He was
Look
just
at
like,
that.
yeah, I
Hustling.
know. Yeah, you don't see that often anymore. And he's just
Yeah.
like, and Emily's dad was like, "We don't have any trash that needs taken out, but here's $5." And the kid's just like, "Whoa, thanks, dude, thanks, dude." And he just runs back to his friends, and his friends actually had bags of trash, and this kid just runs back waving $5 without
That's
trash.
awesome.
We're like, well, we know where he's gonna be back tomorrow.
You got any trash?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But who's after Annie?
Got Chris Barnett
Dude, this is
and
a crazy fight.
Jake the welterweight Collier. That dude is huge now. I think he fought at welterweight. Is that what it
When?
was? Jake Collier, he came into the UFC, I'm pretty sure, at 170. And now he fights a heavy, and he's a big heavyweight. He's not undersized.
I didn't know he ever.
Yeah, dude, he was like ripped.
Really?
It might have been 85. Yeah, I think it was 85. But even then, he looked, he was pretty lean at 85.
He felt like he beat Arlovsky. That's for sure.
I don't think he beat Arlovsky. I mean, he didn't. Arlovsky won.
I'm saying he felt like he did.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm saying like the right decision was made, I believe.
He's a heavy favorite. Like he's a heavy dude, and he's a very heavy favorite against Chris Barnett. And
I don't get it.
no, he shouldn't be as heavy. Like it's an impossible fight to actually bet on because nobody's going to take. I mean, there's definitely going to be some people who take Jacob Collier as like a minus 300 or whatever he is, and then there's going to be some people who take Chris Barnett as a plus 300. But
Chris is a wild man.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
I would never bet against that guy.
No, okay. So are you saying that Chris is going to win?
I'm picking Chris. Yeah,
I'm picking Collier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Off of that last performance, you think?
Yeah, he's good. I think he's a good fighter.
He's definitely good. Yeah, this guy's very crafty. Chris, who did he fight last fight? I forgot he had a fight between the Villante fight.
Didn't he fight Boudet?
Okay, that was that huge guy.
Dude, I literally was about to say Boudet, and I'm not even looking this stuff up.
Dude, you're on a whole nother level. Jesus.
You should see me drop 1,000,000 pennies and count them.
Yeah, I'm going Chris Barnett.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay, I believe in Collier. I like that we're at odds on a few of these. Yeah.
That's what makes Fighting Chance great,
Yes.
We're not a couple of yes men.
No.
We got Jamie Pickett and Dennis Teolulin. Teolulin, I think. I'm gonna go Jamie Pickett. Because I have spoken with Jamie Pickett before, so I'm gonna let bias creep in here. I also don't know this other guy.
When did you speak to Pickett?
I was scheduling an interview with him at one point. Granted, he never answered back, but I know they're busy. But I have his number.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Call him right now on speakerphone.
We're not that close, bro. I was
No,
trying
no,
to get
no,
an
no,
interview.
no. Just star 67 it and put
Yeah.
him on speakerphone, and I'll be like, Jamie,
You're my favorite fighter. I
No,
love when you throw
I'm
the
like-
punches.
I was like, help me, help me.
He's like in the middle of camp, all stressed now. There's this dude on his phone.
Jamie, the briefcase.
Leave now. Leave. Leave.
Go to 17th Street.
Really specific.
Yeah.
I need you to drive 4 miles out, take a left turn, and go into the Church's Chicken.
17th Street doesn't sound like it exists anywhere.
I mean, I'm sure it does somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see, 17th Street.
Typing in Google
Yeah.
Maps, 17th Street.
There's a 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. Look at that. And there's a sushi joint right on it. 17th Street Thai Sushi.
Jamie Pickett, come get some rolls. Come get some wasabi. Extra
California.
Extra ginger.
Man. All right. Shamil Abdul-Rakimov.
No.
Wait, oh, sorry. It's not.
No.
It's not Shamil. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I think it's Anton. What's his name?
Dobson.
And Jailton.
Do
Jailton Almeida.
you know who Antoine Dobson is?
Antoine Dobson? No.
Google. Just look it up right now.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember these YouTube songs? It's from a
Todd? Like with a D?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hide your wife. Yeah. Hide your kids.
Yeah.
You know him by name?
I'm so sorry. It's not just fight
Wow.
information. I just know useless knowledge.
Yeah, you know him by name.
Dude, that's what happens when all you can do is hear shit. You just retain pointless information. You're just like,
That's
oh
pretty
yeah.
sick.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
so
wow, he just got
it's-
arrested.
It's not sick, it's psychotic.
I mean, if you can look at it, it's cool, I guess, if you want.
That
yeah,
song
this dude
with
got
the
arrested.
He
multiple
did?
times. Yeah, for marijuana, and then another time, it doesn't say what. Drug possession. Damn.
Well, we
The life of a star.
Yeah.
The first viral sensation. He was
Yeah.
pretty big. Like
That's-
that blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Anyways, back to these to what we're supposed to be talking about.
Supposed to.
I got Jailton Almeida by murder. By whatever he wants.
Is that what you
And I'm
believe?
final on it. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the other guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mr. Dog. He's going for the underdog.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the other guy. And you know, I probably I have nothing to base that off of besides just,
Other than he's an underdog.
no, other than you just said Almeida by murder and whatever he wants to do. Like,
Gotcha.
so if my pick is somehow lucky, like, who did you?
Bragging rights.
Didn't you actually pick Leon? You did on the podcast.
I did pick Leon, yeah.
You totally. So this is like that move for me. So it's like if I actually,
This is your Leon.
if I pull this one off,
He gets a 3rd round flying knee knockout.
yeah, I'll get wings and be able to fly if I
Ooh.
pull this one off.
I told you.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh, I like this matchup. I like this next matchup. Hakeem Dawodu and
Mhm.
Julian Erosa. I like this fight.
So do you have a pick for it?
I got Hakeem the Dream.
I'm going with the dream as well.
I got Hakeem the Dream.
Yeah.
He looked very good his last fight.
Who do you fight?
Mike Trezano.
Yeah.
And Mike Trezano's good too.
Oh, that was a really good fight.
Yeah.
That was in Long Island, wasn't it?
Was it that recent?
Why do I feel like that was in Long Island?
February. I think that's a
Okay.
little before. That's Hermanson Strickland. That was that card.
Okay.
That was a good fight for sure.
Yeah.
Right after Chidi Injakwani.
Yes.
Chidi Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Back to these fights. All right, now we're heading into main card. Opening it up with Johnny Walker and Ion Cutelaba, the Hulk. I'm gonna let you start on this one.
I'm gonna go Johnny Walker. I think he needs this win, and I believe he's gonna knock out the Hulk.
Interesting. He's the underdog.
He is. I mean, he should be also, but
Over Cutelaba though. Think of the matches, how high profile the fights Johnny's been in comparison. I wouldn't put him as a favorite.
Yeah, but Johnny Walker has not done much lately.
Like Cutelaba's last fight was getting subbed by Ryan Spann.
Ryan Spann's pretty good.
He's very good. But then you look at Walker's last fight, and he was fighting Jamal Hill.
I would go out on a limb and say that Ryan Spann is a legend.
now we're doing this? Come on now. No, also, Johnny Walker knocked out Ryan Spann.
Oh, wow. So
I know MMA math.
We're doing MMA math right now.
I know it's not the most trustworthy method, but
you carry the 4.
Technically.
No, I'm gonna pick Johnny Walker.
Yeah,
don't
I'm
shame
with you
me
on that one. No, I'm saying I'm gonna pick him. I was saying I don't think Ion.
You don't think he should be the underdog? Okay.
Yeah, I think Johnny should be the favorite, but again, it doesn't really matter. I think he's 6'6", and we will see that in the fight. Yeah, I'm calling a knee to the face.
Nice.
Knee to the face.
Ooh.
Okay, and then this next matchup, I'm very, very happy with. Irene Aldana and Macy Chiasson.
Why are you very happy with it?
I really like Irene, and the last couple fights gotten canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's gonna win. That Mexican boxing. Mexico's on a tear recently, by the way.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like all these guys, and apparently everybody coming out of Mexico is a training partner of Brandon Moreno.
Everyone.
He's been at like every event. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like this guy's making his debut out of Mexico. Brandon's in his corner tonight. It's like, Jesus Christ, he knows everybody. And they're all really good. I'm going Aldana.
Yeah, definitely me as well.
Nothing against Macy though. I like Macy too, but
it's just not going to be her night.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then the big fights. Getting into the big fights. Kevin Holland.
3. This is the final 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Got nice. Big Mouth and D-Rod.
Well, you know my pick. I'm picking D-Rod, which I know it's a rough pick, but okay. D-Rod. D-Rod. Let me sell myself for this one. D-Rod 18-2. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Okay, I did. I'm a D-Rod fan, so okay. I understand. You don't need to
18-2, and that 2 is not. It's not a real 2. It's like a split decision and a controversial loss.
Let's check it out.
I'm telling you, it could easily be 18-0.
Okay, he beat
and he's won he's won like 1,000 fights in prison also.
Yeah, right. He just looks terrifying.
Yeah, but he's really 1,002.
Nicholas Dalby, he lost the decision to.
Yeah,
and Nicholas Dalby is not a chump. You know, that's a hard fight.
He's a legend.
I'd have to rewatch that. Wow, you're still going with these legend comments, huh? Okay, yeah. Like if you look at this, D-Rod outstruck Nicholas 104 to 58. No takedowns. No takedowns from Nicholas.
How did he win?
I don't know, dude. He even had him up 43 significant strikes.
Pull that fight up. Watch the whole thing right now.
Right now. I'm going to watch it after because I got to see
that's wild.
How he won this fight. Maybe some leg kicks? He had 19 leg kicks, but D-Rod had 20. Yeah, this is weird. This is very weird. I'm definitely going to watch this after.
Something's a bit fishy here.
But yeah, I have been, since this fight got announced, it's been on my mind. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who to pick.
Well, you're gonna have to make a pick. I know your gut is telling you Kevin Holland's gonna win.
My gut is telling me D-Rod's gonna win.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. That's why, and I really like Kevin Holland.
After 2 hand surgeries, you think he's recovered.
D-Rod had 2 hand surgeries.
2 hand surgeries.
I thought he just couldn't get a fight for some reason.
2 hand surgeries.
2 hand surgeries.
Yeah.
And Kevin has looked amazing at welterweight.
And they're fighting at 180.
Oh, that's true because it's catch weight.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is more than 170.
I'm gonna go Holland. I'm gonna go
Really?
Holland.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
I'll go Holland.
It's probably a pretty
Would
safe
not be
pick.
shocked if D-Rod wins though. Would not be shocked.
D-Rod southpaw, and he's a good grappler. He's got good
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu also.
And he's got a chin from hell too, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that D-Rod Kevin Lee fight.
What sold me on D-Rod was definitely the Mike Perry fight. Because there he looked unbeatable.
Did you watch Mike Perry's bare knuckle fight against MVP?
No, I want to though. I heard it was pretty epic. I saw some people saying that he didn't win, that it was a bad decision, that it should have gone to MVP, but I don't know.
Would you like to see Mike Perry fight Jake Paul?
Yes,
Nice.
I would love to see that. If it's not Anderson, I would love to see Mike Perry.
I want Andrew Tate against Jake Paul more than anything.
They're trying to, yeah.
Dude,
I
if I would make that fight right
but
now.
they're saying they don't want to do it because they don't want to platform Andrew Tate.
Well, they
yeah.
are assholes.
I don't get it. I think it's pretty. Let the guy say what he wants to say.
That's what I'm talking about, Sal.
Who cares?
Cancel
Just who
culture.
truly cares. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't have to watch him.
You don't have to watch him.
Nope. No one's forcing you.
And honestly, you take the crazy stuff out of it, he's really just trying to make people better.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's malintended. I mean,
No,
he says something's crazy and it's a show. It's obviously a character when he's really deep into it.
It's a large character.
Yeah, so I think people just took it out of context.
And you know what? That large character just so happened to break the internet in the past few months.
I know, right? It was pretty crazy how he's on like Fox News and stuff.
Dude, it's like I never even searched for him, and next thing you knew, it was
Everywhere.
like, yeah, it was like he was part of just like my my home screen. Like he was my apps. He was just my apps on my.
You made
home
him your
screen.
wallpaper.
He actually had just like he was part of my house wallpaper.
Oh wow! You have like cutouts of him in your house, pillows. You're his number one fan, and you didn't even mean to. It just started happening.
Yeah, I signed up for Hustlers University without even knowing what it was.
Is that a real thing?
1000%, dude.
Hustlers University.
It's crazy. It's what him and his brother like have to make young men, and I mean I would say mostly young men. I'm sure there's women also who are on it, but like
Wow,
be able to like actually go get an education that turns into money. And no joke, they have like over 150,000 students paying $49 a month. If you do the not MMA math on that, that's millions of dollars a month. That's millions a month. So yeah, he tapped into that. He tapped into that TikTok algorithm like we're trying to do.
Exactly.
And
the clips are doing a little better. You gotta
dude, I saw one that had like 4,000 views. I was like,
yeah, I think some on Instagram we got some viewage. It's consistency though. You know, we just started. I'm sure it'll pick up at a certain point.
Yeah, give us like 8 weeks and we're gonna break the internet just like Tate did.
Yeah, dude, with one of your takes, it's gonna be so insane that they're just gonna be like, this guy is crazy.
They're gonna be like, all right, cancel him now.
Yeah. They're gonna deplatform you, bro.
He's going on Tucker Carlson next week. Cancel him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Co-main event, the Leech and El Kukui.
El Kukui.
This one makes me sad. This one makes me sad and also potentially really happy. Because if Tony Ferguson wins, it'll be the best feeling in the world. But if he loses again, that's hard to stomach.
Yeah, this is a really hard fight for Tony.
I know, man. Like
this is not, it's not even like one of those things. It's like, as a fan, it's way more sad than it is that you have the hope.
Yeah, like I almost don't want to think that he's gonna win because it's just gonna hurt even more.
Right. Like Yeah, I mean, the Leech is powerful.
Even though
He's
Tony did look great last fight up until the knockout,
at
you know,
155.
at 155, and now he's rehydrated. He's training with the team, so there
It,
are things working for Tony Ferguson.
but it hasn't been even that long to put on like actually like good size. And he was like
Yeah,
KO'd for
but
like
he's
3.
big.
He was
He's
like
big
KO'd for like
anyway.
3 minutes though.
How long was that fight ago? How long? Let's see.
It was really not that long ago.
May. So that's how many months?
You're looking it up like you know what that would be like though.
4 months.
You're like, if I was KO'd for 3 minutes
Yeah.
on the ground, I'd be fine.
Well, you could just go off of like 4 months. Other people that have come back that quick from a KO.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kamaru Usman already going on Joe Rogan, sounding like an angel.
Oh my god, I can't listen to Kamaru Usman.
So I was listening to like a clip from that interview or that conversation, and David walks by and not okay. To go back down the YouTube rabbit hole, do you remember the YouTube videos called Unforgivable?
That might have been before my time.
Dude, just type it in and tell me if you recognize this guy.
Unforgivable.
It's so funny to imagine.
Well, is there anything else I could type in? Because it just gives me the Sandra Bullock movie, The Unforgivable.
Oh, that's crazy. Type in
YouTuber?
Yeah, dude, he was this guy who would like stand in the woods and just tell these crazy stories that he would just make up. And
Oh, okay. I see.
He'd be like, so I went to the mall, went and got myself a Chick-fil-A. And
I'm gonna pull it up.
it was so funny. And David thought I was listening to that guy's videos, not Kamaru talk.
Man, I spent a lot of.
Can you hear it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You probably shouldn't play it, but
Oh, probably not.
You probably shouldn't play it.
Should have warned me before. Before I started playing it.
It's okay.
We live and we learn, you know.
We'll censor that later.
Yeah.
No, but no, it's got that same energy.
Yeah.
But did you listen to that Joe Rogan with Kamaru?
I watched about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And really, it's not even anything personally with him. It's just his voice. He talks in like ASMR voice. And I physically cannot listen to it.
You're like, so dude, I'm getting turned on over here.
Yeah. So I've just been watching like clips, but I haven't watched. I saw like where he said that he gave him a 20-minute nap. I saw that.
Yeah, I watched that one, and I watched his beautiful story about his moles on his stomach not being PED used. Yeah,
dude, he sounded a little nervous there. Not gonna lie, when he brought up
because he's a liar.
Yeah, he sounded a little nervous.
He's like, yeah, I don't know the guy's name on YouTube, and Joe's like, oh, Derek from More Plates, More Dates. He's like, yeah, I've had him on. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I was like, you kind of trapped yourself there, bro.
Yeah, he's like, you could go to Africa. We all look this way. I'm like, okay.
You and Francis Ngannou look this way, bro. Let's slow down here. And that one guy that popped his rib out too, he was pretty jacked.
Yeah.
All right, main event. Boars.
Wait, did we say that we're happy and sad about that last one, or did we make our picks?
I'm gonna pick.
You're just gonna skip over it. You're picking Tony?
I'll pick Tony Ferg because I'm not gonna not pick Tony Ferg, but deep down, it doesn't feel like anything's gonna change. It sucks.
The Leech's losses is like to Hamzat and to Neil Magny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's really, really good.
I mean, the Leech was on a serious rise before the Hamzat fight.
And then
he knocked out Santiago Ponzinibbio. That's not you.
He was still on a serious rise when Hamzat picked him up and carried him.
He was soaring through the division.
Yeah, he's like, I'm on my rise.
Yeah, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, I'm picking the Leech. I don't want to say that, but yeah.
You're not even gonna entertain it.
I'm picking the Leech. I'll still bet on Tony.
Okay. Just in case.
Just because I'm an
Just
idiot.
maybe.
Just because I like throwing money out the
Yeah.
window.
Who needs money?
Yeah.
But
Money,
yeah.
that's just greed.
Who you got? Boars 209. This is a big one.
I mean, is it?
Yeah, I feel it is.
Why?
Because if Nate Diaz
Yes.
can win this fight,
It gives him all of the leverage in the world.
he takes out their number one contender and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
They leaves welterweight in shambles, basically. I think that's pretty epic.
And do you think that could happen?
I'm gonna say it right now, on record.
100%.
No. Whoa. I am picking Nate Diaz to win by fifth round submission.
What?
Specific. In the 5th round, I believe Nate Diaz will submit Khamzat Chimaev.
I think he has a better chance of knocking Khamzat out than submitting him.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that Nate can weather the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he can weather the storm.
Uh-huh.
I see it later in the fight, notches in a submission.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Khamzat.
Yeah.
So this is not like I don't like Khamzat, so I'm picking Nate. I feel there's something. I feel it. Something different about this, bro. I'm going Nate.
I have two ways that this fight could go down. I'm going to go with the 5th round knockout of Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz knocking Khamzat out in the 5th round. And then and then the other thing I have is 15 seconds into the 1st round, Khamzat knocks Nate out.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Incredibly possible.
Yeah,
or
like,
just submit him.
Not actually 15 seconds, but like first minute or two.
Not competitive, basically. Just takes him out.
Full domination.
Yeah.
It does not make it out of the 1st round. Khamzat wins, or it's just a full, not even like a war. Like Khamzat could be just dominating Nate for 5 rounds.
That's what I'm saying,
and can't get him out of there. Yeah, eats it for 5 rounds and then wins not by submission but by knockout. Those are the two options in my head, but I'm gonna have to go with Khamzat 1st round.
So you're sticking with Khamzat?
Yeah, but this is like Tony. I'll still put money on Nate.
No, okay. If you do win,
my pick means more to me than my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited for this card. I wasn't initially excited, but I'm definitely very excited for this.
Well, talking to you, my friend, always makes me a bit more excited for cards.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know we talked about a segment that you want to do. So we can kind of wrap up the show.
Wrap this up with our dream fight of the week.
Let's do it. Dream fight of the week. Why don't you get it started?
Have you put any thought into this?
Not really. I want to feel like a spur of the moment kind of match. See what I want to hear what you have. You put any thought?
Yeah, we haven't really even talked about that. Do they need to be fighters in the UFC? Could this be anybody?
Maybe
could I be like, all right,
crossover, or
could I say
just a celebrity?
Yeah, could I say like Tim Duncan versus like Scottie Pippen?
Maybe. Tim Duncan trains kickboxing.
See?
Yes, he actually trains.
Got lucky there.
It doesn't look the worst. Oh, okay. I got my match actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I already said Andrew Tate versus Jake Paul, but that I feel like that's just what everybody already is saying. So we can't do that. We can't do that. I'm gonna go.
A follower.
We're leaders here. I'm gonna go with my dream fight of the week by Jared from A Fighting Chance.
By Jared.
Yeah, by me. Is I'm gonna go with Lex Friedman versus Tim Dillon.
Wow.
That's what I got.
Match.
That's what I got.
I'm taking Tim Dillon in there, bro.
I got that at a catch weight.
The New York Anger.
Yeah, I got that at a catch weight. Lex Friedman, Tim Dillon. I know Lex is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I think how I see this going down is I think it'll be doctor stoppage due to Lex laughing too hard, harder than he's ever laughed in his life. And he won't be able to make it off of the stool to come into the third round. So it'll be doctor stoppage after the second round.
What a fight that would be.
Yeah.
That'd be an amazing fight.
Yeah, you've got Tim's guy, what's Tim's producer's name? That guy's awesome too. He's just
the guy with the glasses.
He's just always laughing in the background.
I can't remember either.
He's cool. That guy's in his corner. He's also his coach. He's doing the whole thing. And Lex has Joe Rogan as his cornerman.
Oh,
yeah.
I was just screaming. Ben.
Yeah, Joe's like, Lex, you can't go back out there.
They just start podcasting in the corner.
Yeah.
For 3 hours.
That's my dream fight of the week, and I did not put any thought into that one. So your turn.
Yeah, man. I gotta go with CM Punk versus Mark Zuckerberg.
That's good. I like that.
I just saw the Zuckus training.
Yep.
He looks pretty bad, and I don't think CM Punk is much better. That's the fight I want to see. Book it.
Will
UFC 250. All right,
will it be in the octagon or just somewhere in the metaverse?
In the metaverse?
Yeah.
No, I want to see them for real.
All right.
I say put it on UFC 300, headlining.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the co-main is Connor versus that old man.
How's that fight going down in your mind?
I think the Zuck takes him.
Okay.
I think he takes him. I think it could be a 3-round demolition of displaying his excellent kickboxing skills. I think that's how it goes down. Chopping the legs, tripping them, just pure class from the Zuckerberg.
I don't think he bleeds. I think he's all robot, so I think that might play to his advantage.
I say systematic breakdown, huh?
Yeah. It'll be a frustrating match.
Yeah, dude. Complete domination.
Well, I like this new segment.
I love this new segment, definitely. It's just pointless fun.
I'm a sucker for some pointless fun.
Yeah. Great way to end the show.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
thank you, Salvador Garcia.
Of course, thank you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate this time that you gave me.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Next weekend, we'll be back talking about Nate Diaz beating Khamzat Chimaev.
We will go down in history. If Tony Ferguson, Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz, and D-Rod win, and I called that the parlay to make, and if they all do it, we're gonna be put in the history books. That's
what's gonna blow us up, man.
Yeah,
the most legendary parlay of all time.
Yeah, put Drake money on that.
Give me a Rolex.
All right, man. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you. And thank you to anybody who tuned in to A Fighting Chance.